this may have been our only shot. Do I think that? No. Do I believe that? No. However, I know how hard it is to get here. I'm well aware, and it's going to be twice as hard to get back to this point next year than it was this year. That's the reality. And if we don't have the same hunger and the same work, which is a whole nother thing, once we get the offseason, then we got no shot of getting back here. I don't care how much better we get or what we add or what we draft. It's irrelevant. It's going to be tough. Everybody in our division is going to be loaded back up, and you're not hiding from anybody anymore. Everybody's going to want a piece of you, and which is fine, which is fine. But so it's hard. You want to make the most of every opportunity, and we had an opportunity, and we just couldn't close it out. It stings. It stings.
A lot of wisdom in what Dan Campbell said there. I don't know that I love that message to your team in the locker room. We might not ever get back here. I don't know that that's the message that the Bears absorbed after getting shut out by the 49ers in the 1984 playoffs that caused them to become the 85 Bears. I don't think you want to say, hey, you know what, we may never get back here. Now, I understand the full extent of it, but
yeah. Right.
His broader point is this, and this is what we talked about earlier. So much goes into a season. The teams are so tightly packed together. There are so many factors. There is so much uncertainty. Injury, that's the great unknown that we know is going to happen to certain teams, some more than others. Bounce of the ball, bad bounce of the ball. Gust of wind, good weather game, bad call for you, good call for your opponent. And when you become a measuring stick team, which the Lions now are, they got to spend 60 years as not a measuring stick team. Now, you're going to be one of the teams where everybody else, you're going to get a lot of primetime games, and everybody's going to be bringing the best they have to Ford Field or whenever you show up, A-plus game, because they want to show they can beat the Lions. It used to be the Lions were the hunters. Now they're the hunted. And like he said, it's going to be twice as hard to get back. Not saying they can't, but this is reality. When you step onto the big stage, you realize it's hard to stay there. And that's what makes what the Chiefs have done so freaking impressive, because they've managed to stay there. With everyone taking their shot, they still stay there. Are the Lions good enough, Chris, to stay there?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. Even the 49ers are staying there to a degree, right? They haven't got to the promised land, but it is 4 out of 5 NFC Championship games they've been in. They know how to play the season out, do the little things, keep the drive, the motivation, all of that, in the right place. And that's where, it'll get on to tinkering with the roster. And you're going to have to tinker with your plan of attack a little bit, because everybody's going to study you. Your division, everybody's going to take an extra few days and go, wait, the Lions were the kings of the North this year. The Bears, the Packers, the Vikings, they're all going to go, let's deep dive the Lions this week, some point during the spring, early summer. And they're going to steal a few of their ideas, come up with a few ideas how to slow them down. More than likely, Ben Johnson will be leaving. They're going to have to figure out the new offensive coordinator situation. How's that going to be? That's the other thing that gets lost. When you're good, you got to sustain not only the performance on the field, but you got coaches that leave and get other jobs, and you got to be able to sustain the coaching at the same level. So these are all things that, they're going to have to answer the bell. And Dan Campbell's had the answer for everything. He really has. He's been a great motivator, a great leader. I don't agree with some of the calls he made yesterday. You know that. But damn, everything else about him I love, and I think he'll continue to push the right message to his football team here into the offseason.
On one of the pregame shows yesterday, somebody said Jared Goff and the Lions are expected to do an extension that'll put him somewhere in the 40 millions per year. It's getting harder and harder to peg where quarterbacks fit on this continuum of Jimmy Garoppolo 25, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes 55. I don't know where he's still got 1 year left on his contract. I don't know where he fits. And he had some good throws yesterday, had some good plays, but I just don't know where he fits on that continuum of the highest paid to the middle of the pack.
Yeah, I think you got to strike the balance there, right? Good quarterback. We know that. Obviously, I do think he can take you to the Super Bowl 100%, but not going to be the kind of guy that can go, hey, guys, jump on my back. I'll carry us through these few moments. Again, he showed what we learned yesterday is Brock Purdy was certainly more capable of doing that than Jared Goff. So that's where they got to strike the balance there. Big moments of the game yesterday, Jared Goff, he had a few good moments, but in the most big, got-to-have-it type of moments, he did not come through for his football team. I would think, Mike, they look for a contract that's, hey, good money, we certainly respect you, around that $40 million a year range, where they can also maybe get out of it after 2 years, almost like a Daniel Jones type of thing, but maybe a little bit more impressive than that contract, somewhere along those lines. That's what I would expect, Mike.
Definitely not the kind of contract that will have the Lions giving another team a first-round pick to take it on after 2 seasons like the Rams did the last time Jared Goff got paid. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.